It is extremely cold where we live at the moment. Unseasonally cold. We do not get this kind of cold. In the colder countries, you wouldn't think these are cold temperatures, but for us, it's extremely cold. The other thing is you might hear a loud humming in the background at times. I live on a wildlife estate and they're doing game counts today, and they do game count via a helicopter, which is extremely low, dangerously so. So you might hear that helicopter coming back and forth. Nothing I can do about that, okay? So, right, Sagittarius, we're going to do your oracle cards first. We're going to see what is the basic theme of your month, or the main theme of your month, and then I'll do tarot cards for you, and we'll finish up with a relationship reading. Right, so, and Tiger's little head is going to be here all the time, and his little fluffy blanket. Nothing I can do about that. He doesn't want to be on the ground. Our floors are stained cement, quite beautiful, but they are not made for cold weather, so he definitely cannot be down on the ground. He's just cold permanently. Okay, so first up, Sagittarius for September, sacred silence. So September is the month where staying silent when things are controversial, staying silent when you feel like jumping in and defending yourself, or trying to make something that you write about. Obviously, sometimes we do need to speak up if we believe there's an injustice and we should be speaking up for it. Tiger, you're not going to be able to do that, my boy. Let me turn this camera just a little bit more. Okay, so, and shift my chair. There we go. That's a bit better. Okay. So silence is going to be the best answer at times. If you need to feel you need to defend yourself for something or prove that you're right, silence is going to be the answer there. And probably at times it's going to also be a case of just being quiet for a while, not necessarily always having something to say, okay? Right, let's see what your next card is. We're a very talkative generation, few generations, era, shall we say. I think the internet probably encourages that, and most of us, actually, including myself, speak far too much. It's exhausting sometimes, isn't it? Justice will prevail. So this is interesting. So, say hello, Tiger, to everybody. Sorry, guys. This is going to be interesting. Lie down, my boy. You're going to... There we go. Turn around. Sorry, people. He's cute, though, isn't he? Okay, that's now better. So you're not in my camera. Good boy. There we go. This should be a bit better. Okay, so... Justice will prevail regardless. It's probably not necessary for you to jump in there and voice your opinion. There is a case of what is right will be. Even if now at the moment it seems to you as if you need to jump in there and right the wrong and state it very boldly, it's not necessarily the case. The outcome probably is already written in the works, and it will be just and it will be right. And you don't actually need to defend yourself or your position, is what I'm hearing, okay? And then the next card is Synchronized with Lunar time and energy. That is all about new moons and full moons. So if you want to start something new, find out when the new moon is and launch it then. If you want to close up something, finish it, get a deal done, finish a project, find out when the full moon is, use that energy. On a mundane level, that's what it's about. If we go into a higher level, that's about tuning into your intuition, which will actually know. You'll feel those ebbs and flows and using that to your... So I would say, if we look at these three cards together, okay, such beautiful illustrations on these cards. They really are absolutely stunning. I would say your intuition is probably going to guide you to be quiet, okay? It'll guide you when to be quiet and when to take action and when to say something. But regardless of that, of keeping quiet, justice will prevail. Okay, what is right will happen. So that should be interesting to see how that pans out. It is going to be interesting. For each of your life stories, the details for that will be a little bit different, but it's going to be interesting. Okay, so now let's see what the tarot cards have to say, what they'll flesh out the story a bit more and give us a bit more details and a bit of a longer story. So this is Sagittarius in September. My little hand struggled with 78 cards, and especially if the deck is a good quality, which this one is, then I have great difficulty stretching my tiny fingers. Okay, Prince of Spring Immediate action, a challenge you can successfully manage, a passionate relationship. So I'm thinking, rather than words, it's probably going to take action on your part. So it's a case of not defending what you're doing, not stating to people what you're doing or why you're doing it, kind of backing off from doing that and doing what you feel that needs to be done and not justifying it to other people. Okay. Next card up is Seven of Spring. Be assertive. Don't back down from what you believe. Courageously stand up for yourself. So with these cards all coming up, I'm saying, I'm thinking and feeling, and the message I'm going to say is, this is about you taking a stand action-wise, but being quiet about it. Okay, so something you want to do, and there's something you're going to do, but don't tell the world about it, and don't justify it to people, and don't explain yourself to people either, but stand firmly in your belief. Okay. And the next card is, oh, it's all the ones cards. Now you've got the 9. This is interesting. Protect the fruits of your labors. Prepare for possible challenges. Environmental conservation. So this is probably an issue close to your heart. It's something you've been working on. It's something you're involved in. It's something you're working in. And you're going to need to protect it in some way. But it's going to require action on your part rather than words. But I think you already know what that action is, or you will know fairly soon. You're going to take that action. You do not need to justify it. Okay? You don't need to speak about it. Just do it. And if you believe in it and you stand strongly in it, then do it without having to justify it. The 7 of Winter, there is a better choice, not seeing things clearly, running away from the truth. So, whatever the situation is, possibly the people involved in it are not seeing the whole truth, and you can see it. They're trying to do something or trying to pull off something because they're running away from what they should be doing. They're running away from the truth of the situation, okay? They don't want to face it. 7 of Look at all the 7s in here. There are 3 7s in here. Have patience and don't worry. Take time to rest and plan your next steps. Okay, so ultimately what it is finishing up with here is saying don't worry though. Don't rush into this. You do need to take action, but don't rush into it. Just do what you know needs to be done. Take the action that you want to take, that you know is right for you. Justice will prevail regardless. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to defend yourself. The people you're involved in or the situation you're involved in, they're running away from the truth. They're not facing up to what is really going on there. And the course of action that they're choosing, which might be contradictory to what you are going to choose, is simply because they are not prepared to face the truth of a situation. Wow. Okay. So, heavy-ish guidance coming through there for Sagittarius in September, but stand your ground. Do not defend yourself. In other words, don't try and explain to people why you're doing what you're doing and your reasoning behind it. They probably know. And if you do open your mouth to try to defend yourself, they're just going to come back at you because they're refusing to face the truth of the situation. That's what it is. And don't worry about it, though. Have patience. Justice will prevail. Right, so let's see what's in store for relationships for the month of September for Sagittarius. Okay, but Sagittarians, on the whole, are people that actually can just stand up there and let people throw stones at them and what else not, and they will just calmly get on with what they wanted to do. You guys in specific have that talent. You were born with it, and it's admirable. You actually are not that worried by what other people have to say. You know what you need to do, and you can do it, and you'll do it regardless of what's going on around you. You can't be swayed. Sagittarians cannot be swayed. Good for you. Right, so give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. So you might find with relationships this month, you're going to need to let things unfold a bit, or give your partner a bit of room to work through what they're working through. If you've met somebody new, give the relationship a chance before jumping to any kind of conclusions about it, okay? Next card up, healing family issues. So what you are facing up to here is an old button being pushed. Whenever these cards come up, it's about buttons being pushed. So what is happening in your relationship with life at the moment is pushing old buttons. If you recognize that is what it is, don't react off the cuff for it. You don't have knee-jerk reactions. And you can actually give the relationship a chance to, or the person a chance to do what they are doing and work through what they are working, feel the way they feel, and just give them that room and that space and then see what's happening. Because this is true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. Okay? So if you give them the room and that space to be who they are and do what they do without jumping to conclusions or making judgments, this is the kind of feeling you're going to end up with. Now, this is also for a new relationship. Okay? So a new relationship may coming in. You might go, well, the circumstances aren't perfect. I don't like this. I don't like that. It's not happening. Whoa. Give it a chance. Let's see what's happening here, because the whole story has not unfolded yet. That person could be going through things that you're completely unaware of, especially if you've met somebody new. In an existing relationship, it's the same type of thing. Give your partner some space. Let them work through what they're working through. Both of you are working through old issues at the moment that push your buttons. So you're going to have instant reactions that you're going to want to sort of pile out there. Just give it a bit of time, give it a bit of space, because that is the kind of feeling that you can ultimately get if you give it room. Okay. Right, Sagittarius. So that is your reading for September. I would say patience is going to be required. Patience and persistence are going to be required, but justice will prevail, and don't worry, it's going to work out. Okay. Right, thank you for watching, listening, liking, subscribing. I really, really do appreciate it. And if you ever want to chat, please do that. I know my time is very different to most of you guys because I'm in South Africa, so you guys are probably sleeping when I do my videos. But anyway, if you'd like a personal private reading from me, that link will be in the description box below in a moment. Wishing you hugs and blessings for the month of September. We will speak again soon.